the brief chapter. We're looking forward to clarifying and answering questions that related to the brief or the regulations of these competitions. We won't keep you waiting any further. Welcome our sponsor, Mr. Ngô Lưu Nam Yu, CEO of Umbo Coffee. Dear Yu, thank Umbo for supporting the Vietnam Young Lions 2022 under film and integrated categories. So now please take us through the excellence brief which you have planned for our future Young Lions. For the purpose of helping our international tourists understanding the brief, we would like to make this briefing day in English as much as we can, but in very needed case, we can make it in Vietnamese. And passing the stage to you now. And you.
Không thể bắn nít được. Anh Dương.
Hey, thanks, Anne. Now I can talk. Hey, good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks, Anne, and thanks, AAM, for creating this opportunity for all of us to connect. And it's just a great opportunity for all of us to draw energy, positive energy out of each other, and talking about some inspiring topic on a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm gonna go straight into the brief, and I guess that you already have some time to familiarize yourself with the brief. I'll go very quickly without reading out words by words, rather than expanding on the topic and inviting your questions. Yeah. So for the start, Umbo, which is a coffee chain with a very bright shining color. If you look at this, it feels quite interesting that we are only 2 years old, and
you like, please, can you please turn on your camera if you don't mind?
All right. Did you miss anything?
Can you please turn on your camera if you don't mind? For our
Yeah. I unmute myself now.
That's great. Keep going.
Right. So do I have to start again?
Yes, please.
All right. I was saying that thank you, AAM, to creating such an opportunity for all of us to connect on a beautiful Saturday morning to talk about some inspiring topic. That's my pressure right now. So I have to inspire you guys. Thanks for joining us. So let me just jump straight into the topic, right? And I'm going to expand on on each point rather than reading out the words. You guys are still following me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Umbo, it looks like we've been around for a long time, but actually we are only 2 years old. We just celebrated our second birthday last February 19, and the brand, the coffee chain, was founded by 3 sponsors who were considered as the founders of Vietnam soccer. So these guys, the 3 gentlemen, so Mr. Hai, Mr. Dick, and Mr. Thang, they are very passionate about football, and more importantly, they are passionate about doing something real. And Umbo chain is for the benefit of understanding Umbo, and then for the context of this brief, Umbo chain is not only a chain; it's actually a portfolio. So we are launching our beverage portfolio right now as we're talking, and Umbo chain will be acting like a media channel for all of us, and whatever we participate into. So beverage or F&B, food and beverage, the brand always stands for authenticity, stand for passion and stand for positive energy and youth, right? So our target audience, moving on to point B, our ambition. So we understand that Vietnamese students and the young professional and also the young at heart are underserved audience. So many brands are now focusing on high-end consumers with strong purchase power. Once in a while, they are also talking to students or young people, but to represent them, not really. And then Ongbo is trying to bridge that gap. And it starts from our core values, authenticity and passion. So that's why we're aiming to serve the young demographics of the consumers here. For some reason, the screen is blurred, so it's hard for me to follow it's hard for me to follow what's on the screen right now. All right, it's getting clear again. That's why we want to be the brand of choice. So it's not just the case that people choose Ongbo for convenience, but they choose Ongbo because the brand stands for them, the brand represents them, right? So moving on to objective, this is more of an indication for you to understand how we think about success. So because of the brand and because of the target audience that we're aiming to serve, we want to have scale. So that's why we want 80% of message recall among the target audience. And talking about beverage, talking about coffee chains, especially for Ongbo, we are always aiming to serve the major popularity of Vietnamese consumers. So that's why we want to have scale behind our communication, and we want to have also relevance, mass relevance to mass audience. Moving on to specific target audience, we want to narrow. We want to narrow down as much as possible by looking at students, and with the bullseye from 20 to 22 years old, also first jobbers who love to express themselves. So this is important. So in addition to giving you an understanding of the demographic information, we want to give you a taste of attitude, on a taste of lifestyle of our target audience. So I think I am describing yourself as well, because basically the demographic that we're targeting is also who I'm talking to right now, I guess. The young people, ambitious, very international. You guys can speak English as fluently as you speak Vietnamese, and you are exposed to great cultures, to great knowledge, to great science. And you don't want to follow any footsteps. You want to go your own way, and you seize life by the horns. So you want to make the most out of your life every day. So basically that's it. That's our target audience. The challenge. So although I already mentioned that not many brands are currently targeting students and young professionals. However, many communication recently talk about passion. They talk about passion a lot. You name it, from spirit brands, I mean cognac and whiskey, to fashion, to technology. So a lot of brands are moving to this territory by advocating passion, which is a good thing as well. But the way they talk about passion and the way the brand act about passion, it makes the topic become worn out. So that's the challenge. So think about when you start thinking about your creativity process of creating a film for Ongbo. Look at communication of other brands as a sort of inspiration, but we don't want to repeat any footsteps. We want to be our own way, and just like yourself, be independent in your thinking. So express passion in your own way. Speak about passion in your own language. Not to mention, OMO equity is still very low. So we are 2 years old. It's not a surprise that we have a very low brand equity. So people might see the brand OMO, people might see the color, people might see Cafe OMO in a corner, around the corner, but in terms of emotional connection, in terms of equity, zero. Yeah, so it's as simple as that. So bear in mind that we're not a big brand, so we can't appear like a big brand in communication. So that's why you have an exciting task and equally challenging task ahead of you. So to deliver the message in a meaningfully differentiated way. So we want to differentiate ourselves against other brands in the same category. So think about coffee chain, competitive coffee chain, think about competitive beverage brands. We want to differentiate ourselves against them, but in a meaningful way. So we just don't want to be just different, but without any soul or without any meaning behind it. And the meaning we're talking about, it's going back to passion and authenticity. We want to achieve balance, yeah, because nowadays many things, many communications are getting off balance by going extreme on one dimension and going extreme on another dimension. We want to keep our communication balance. So and what balance? We want to talk about style and substance, the lightheartedness, and also the depth of the topic, right? And most importantly, students, young generation, they want inspiration. We don't want to preach them. We don't want to give them another lesson. We rather share with them stories that might inspire them, or we want to share with them a story among themselves. That's what I'm doing, right? So moving on to what we need to do. Let me just elaborate a little bit on the topic of sport, music, gaming, and lifelong learning. So OMBO was born out of soccer. So that's why sport and soccer are running in our veins. So it's going to be an advantage if you create topic about passion, but using the materials, the fabrics of sport, especially soccer. And of course, that's one of the key pillars of a lifestyle of a student or a young professional. Music, no brainer here, and gaming, which is might be a controversial topic, but as we talk about passion, so gaming could be a good thing if student game and young professional game in a positive way. They game to connect, they game to invent, they game to make money. Yeah, so gaming here should be portrayed in the positive light rather than the negative way that we're already familiar with. Lifelong learning. So this is very interesting because the topic of lifelong learning has been discussed a lot recently. So I think it's self-explanatory here that everyone needs to maintain a lifelong learning attitude because it's going to give the students, it's going to give everyone an indefinite growth opportunity if they keep on learning, not just from science, not just from technology, but also from everyone around them on every topic. Yeah, so lifelong learning will be a very inspiring topic to instill to students. Mood and tone, yeah, we want to be smart, we want to be urban, but we don't want to exaggerate anything. Of course, passion and live real authenticity is all about depth. Yeah, it's deep topics, but we don't want to preach. Yeah, we want positive energy out of the topic as well, but we don't want to go over the top. Yeah, it's like too active or too childish. That's not where we want to be. We want to be positive. Yeah, we talk about beautiful things in life. We don't want to be naive. We still down to earth. So be positive to give us the energy to go. but to be street smart enough to deal with challenges along the way. Right, good news. When you do this exercise, we have resources for you. So the resources are listed in the references, and also even more interestingly, you can go to our coffee store to have a coffee on the house and get the support from our staff. We have branches in Ho Chi Minh City because this is where we're born. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of, we have a few stores in the north, in Hanoi and also in Haiphong, but these stores are franchise store. So in terms of quality control, and in terms of cooperation, we cannot guarantee. But if you do need to use the space in Hanoi and Haiphong, to film or to discuss or to use as a background or anything, just let us know, and then we can do proper arrangement. But for the stores listed in the brief, you're free to go, right? So that's it for me. Very happy to talk to you this morning, and once again, thank you AAM for connecting all of us. All right, over to you, Anne.
Thank you, Yul, for really excellent brief that you've given out, and supported from Ombo as well, for our Young Lions. I'm taking over now to say a little bit about copyrights and deliverable, which I hope that you guys all knows and master. For the use images and footages related to soccer, please adhere the strict guidelines as followed. No reference or association with Vietnam national team, such as flag, color, logo, uniform, coaches, and footballers. Footballers from Hoàng Anh Gia Lai FC can be featured in the film, but in generic bright yellow uniform without any logo. Please notify Ombo Cafe for written authorizations. See Ombo packaging for reference. Using reality media from any source, local or international, is not permitted, including social media, newspaper, magazine, televisions, football matches, etc., etc. With the deliverables for this specific categories, you have 48 hours, and the team has to deliver a key message in the most creative way by producing 2 formats. First, a finished film ready to air, horizontal 16:9. Shoot original footage plus edit with maximum 100 megabyte. All footage film must be shot with original footage and edit. If your work compromises more than 1 video, put it in 1 file with some kind of separations. Still keep the total length and size following the rules above. The video must be in MP4 or MOV formats. Secondly, a 10-slide presentations of a fully integrated campaign. Among 10 slides, please delegate 1 slide to explain the finished film, mentioning above with 2 parts written submissions to help juries to understand your idea. A short summary of film's contents, 150 words, plus a cultural or context informations, include any cultural terms, references, or context which you feel needs 2 explanations. That's within 150 words as well. Dedicate 1 slide of an executive summary of the entire campaign. Then convert the 10-slide presentations to a PDF with a max of 10 megabyte in size. Are you ready to submit? You have to submit both formats for this specific film integrated categories. Please prepare a thumbnail as well in less than 2 megabyte, which is the executive summary slide when you submit the work. For the guidelines submissions, I'm going to talk you through as well. All right, so everything you've written must be in English, or produced will be in English, and the font size will be minimum of 12 points. For For the submissions file name, you have to, for the submissions file name shall be your team ID dot the format, for example, 12345.pdf or .mov or .mp4. And if you forgot your team ID, please contact the organizer. Moving forward to the copyright, visual material must be original or copyright stock photo with license, or if you use watermarks photo unpurchased from major commercial stock photo sites, do not use Google search images. Photos from the brief's owner website or fan page are acceptable. And images of KOL or celebrity should be well noted for illustration only. With this category, video filming, editing, post-productions, final mix, and the file export must be done by your own team. Music or sound effects must be original or copyrighted. We do recommend this side here, just to choose your music or effects. Using talents or extras image, you must obtain a written consent form. The final work that infringes copyright or submissions guideline will be automatically disqualified by the competition's organizer. And any of your works must be anonymous submissions. Any clues that can reveal your team's identities are not allowed, such as these examples below. Now, to submit your works, we have 4 steps. First, you're gonna visit this link, then enter your hash ID in this area. The hash ID is not your team registration ID. And if you forgot, click in this text to retrieve your team hash ID again. Then you're gonna upload your thumbnail, which is your executed summary, a PDF, and a video file. So your category has to submit 3 parts: thumbnails, PDF, and video file. Then final, submitted. Important notes for you. Submissions can be done only once for each team hash ID, so think very careful before you submit it. The work must be submitted online via the submission system here, and the organizer cannot interfere with the submissions process and will not accept any work submitted outside of the submission system. Try to get the submissions done even before the deadline to make sure you have successfully submitted. So these are final notes to the contestant. This competition is a very serious competition. Please double check, triple check the submission guideline. And importantly, stay true to yourself. No external helps or influence permitted for the entire time of your competitions, meaning you and your teams must work together without any help from your bosses, from your colleagues, from friends, from professor, except hiring or borrowing talents from film and integrated categories. No one is watching now, but everyone will be watching you when you are shortlisted. Fame can come really fast, but reputations is what lasted in your career. Cheating is never accepted for any reasons, as well as no copycat. You need to spend efforts to make sure there is no commitment to any copycat. The judge will not be obligated to check or research to confirm your work. Cheating ruins your career and your company, university's reputations. We are here to support. We try to make the submissions guideline as clear as possible. Should you have any concerns or doubt during the 24 hours or for you guys 48 hours competition, please email or call us. Let's all commit to practicing fair play and integrity. So that's the whole submissions guidelines, and I believe we are moving to our Q&A sessions today, Anju.
Yeah, ready? Nervously ready?
So our first ever questions is from Hermes. Can I have the contact number of Umbo stores location in Ho Chi Minh City?
Done. You guys have it.
I'm going to put that part. The contact number is Mr. Kang, who's a COO nationwide of Umbau, and
Chief Operating Officer. So Mr. Kun is Vietnamese Canadian, and he can speak 3 languages, 4, including body language. So Vietnamese, French, and English, and body language.
His number is 091-260-0733. If you guys know that, I might just repeat it, 091-260-0733.
It might be helpful if you could put the number in the chat box so everyone can refer back to. Yeah, all right.
Hopefully our team will put it in there.
Easy question.
Next ones from the same teams as well is using reality media from any source, local and international, is not permitted, including social media, newspaper, magazine, televisions, football matches. What does this mean? So this is in our submissions guideline. And to clarify that, football is very strict in terms of copyrights. Any foot matches that were published, in the world that are available on public media, please don't use this. Just don't use any of it. You have the copyright margins from the brief as well, so please use that and stick on that. So next questions are from the late birds. Questions related to Umbau. So, are you ready to answer? Do you need to bring the message to life across student platforms that Umbau aims to associate with, or we just need to cover one as we want? Like you mentioned before, sport, music, gaming, lifelong learning.
I don't really get the questions. Sorry.
So I'm this for you. Do the film needs to bring the message to life across student platforms that Umbau aims to associate with, or we just need to go one as we want?
So it's really up to you. So if you can bring the message across sport, music, game, and learning, that's great. If you can manage to deliver that message across the boundary of time and the boundary of format, across on 4 platforms, that's great. In my mind, I can imagine that you can deliver the message across one platform. You can pick sport, or you can pick music to deliver this. Yeah, so it's really up to you. It's really up to your creativity and talent. But there's no rule for that.
Cool. So I hope that will answers to you, late birds. Next one is Unlich, a question related to our submissions guidelines. So is the presentations less than 10 slides valid? And yes, it's only required a maximum of 10 slides. So you can do it under, but remember to include every material that we ask for, like a thumbnails and executive summary. Hope that answer yours. Next questions is to you, Anh-Yung, from Andy. Can we use the term Umbau in Vietnamese in the film and the presentations to keep the original meaning of the words, or should we use the term sponsors?
Really Umbau. Yeah, the term sponsor is back translated for easy understanding for non-Vietnamese speaking audience, but use Umbau always.
So you prefer Umbau?
Yeah.
Hope you noted that, Andy. So next questions from contents 500K to you and you as well. The main customers of Umbau, mostly male or female? Are you targeting any specific audience?
So we're serving students, so we don't say we only serve male student or female student. So we are living in the age that gender equality is important. So we are targeting both. So as long as the individual has passion and has the willingness to improve themselves, we're happy to portray them. Yeah, no male, no female. We don't think that way. Yeah, we're a bilingual brand. We speak to both genders.
Yeah, and I thought you said it very clear that the age limits and also that person who has passions about. So that's answering that. And next one, I think it's very interesting questions from Plan Wing. Can we borrow the uniform to wear in the film?
Yeah. How many?
So if she were borrowing the uniform, did she ask when she goes to one of the stores that you're mentioning?
Yeah, give us a call and then we can arrange that. So
All right.
no worry.
All right, then Simon, give Umbos a call, then you've got the uniforms preparing for your film. I think that she saw you wearing one, so you know. All right, next one is to you as well. And you, what is the connections between living real and living passionately?
They are quite interconnected. Living real, it's about authenticity, being authentic. Yeah. So living passionately sometimes it's not really living real. Yeah. You can live a life of a Korean K-pop, K-pop star. You live that life very passionately, but definitely that's not really living real. So living real is like being yourself. Yeah, and being passionately yourself. Yeah, so that's the key difference. So you do something with passion and with a big yourself in it. Yeah, not somebody else. Yeah, remember Steve Jobs? Yeah, he says be yourself because everyone else is taken. It's already taken. So be yourself.
All right. There's a lot of questions that we're asking, so I'm just going one by one. Please stay, you know, and answer all these questions. So the third one is also from Huang Wing. What is the unique about the connections between the brands and its targets? Its comparisons with other brands that the target the youth?
Well, this is where I expect the answer from you rather than me answering the question. But I guess I can give you some hints. So what different? What I'm always different against all the brand is actually we are very. We start from some soccer. We start from football. Yeah. And we at the beginning we couldn't articulate that we're gonna serve students or young professional, but deep down inside we already did that. Yeah, we priced our products very low. Yeah, imagine 1 year ago you could buy a coffee at a Bong Bo at 16,000 Vietnam dong. Now you can still buy that coffee for the same price, but only for the carts. But when you go into a coffee shop, you will pay a little bit more for the services. But that's the point. We always want to keep ourselves close to the audience by doing something rather than by screaming a slogan. Yeah. So we keep our price low. We keep sponsoring football. We nurture talents, and we are authentic in everything we do. Yeah, I'm going to give you another story another day, but today I'm going to keep it brief. For the coffee that you have in Ongbo store originates from a plantation, a coffee plantation. So we invest in a plantation to grow the coffee trees that we will use the beans to make the coffee that you drink today. So we don't buy from other people. We do things by ourselves. That's the authenticity that we are always act and honor. Yeah.
Thank you. There's another question that I thought that I believe that you answered already, but just clarify. Can we film at coffee carts?
Can we film what? Sorry.
Can we film at the coffee carts?
Coffee at the coffee shop, at the coffee cart?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
All right, next one's how do we contact ông Bầu for KOL illustrations? Through what platform? Facebook, emails, or what else?
So if you think about KOL, like the footballers of Hoàng Anh Gia Lai, yeah, Quang Tàn, Công Phượng, Minh Vương, so give us a call. We will make arrangement, but I have to warn you in advance that it's going to be a little bit challenging because these guys are super busy. So we have full access to their intellectual property. We can use the images, but if you want to film them, it's going to be a big challenge. Yeah, you can. It's very unlikely that we can fly them down to Ho Chi Minh City to film for one day. It's more likely that you have to go to Pleiku, where they are based, to film them on the field. So so that's the part about KOL. Outside of these guys, we don't really have the KOL yet, any KOL yet, or the KOL yet. Yeah. So our KOLs are our footballers.
Yeah, I think that they just want pictures, you know, flying to the place and filming. I don't think they'll have time with only 48 hours.
Yeah.
Next question, when is the date for the 100th anniversary and what roles does CADA play in all this? How does that in the youth?
Interesting. So CADA, let's call it CADA. Yeah, CADA stands for Compagnie Agricole d'Asie. It's French. So it's company of agricultural company of Asia. So that's the English translation of CADA. So CADA was the first plantation in Vietnam. So that is where the French planted the first Robusta tree in Vietnam. And the year was 1922. So that's why we're celebrating the centennial birthday of CADA this year, 2020. Sorry, 2022. So we don't have a specific day. We don't have birthday. We only have birth year. So we are celebrating CADA this year. And back to the point I mentioned earlier, CADA, the plantation, the name of the plantation, the Vietnamese name now is Phước An, Nông trường cà phê Phước An. So CADA plantation is where we source our coffee from. So the coffee that you're drinking in Ông Bầu Cafe are from this specific coffee plantation in Đắk Lắk.
All right. Next questions is from Contents 500K. We already know that Ông Bầu targets both females and male, but it seems like the brand is more friendly to male than female. Do you have any idea or plan to target female customers?
I understand where you're coming from and why you have that kind of impression. It's because of our association with soccer, with football, and the founders, the guys. So our image at the moment are too much masculine, I have to say, because but think about soccer. Vietnamese female soccer team won big time just a month ago, right? So soccer is not a men's game anymore. It is for women as well. And we are rejuvenating our images. We make our images more contemporary by incorporating images of the footballers. But unfortunately, we haven't got any female KOL into our campaign yet. So think about this as your opportunity. This is your chance to make the brands more bilingual. I mean, bilingual meaning that we speak to both males and females. So it's a coincidence that you see so many male icons in our communication, but it's not our intention to make the brand masculine. We want Ông Bầu to speak to both female and male as long as they are passionate and they have a willingness to improve themselves, right?
Great. Next question is from Home. Sống thật is the brand tagline and must be shown as it is, or can we change the copy a bit?
Don't. Right. Yeah, that's the answer. Don't change it. Keep it that way.
Keep it as it is. So next ones are from Đức Trọng. Can you please explain more about the right balance of style and substance?
Right. So if you for example, if you think about a scene where you feature footballers on the field, yeah, um, don't think too much about maneuvers or acts of the footballer on the fields. We want it to be real. Yeah, we don't want actors and actresses on the soccer field. We want them to play to their talent. That's what I mean by style and substance. Just like the Vietnamese saying, tốt gỗ không tốt nước sơn. So we want both. Yeah, we just don't want one thing and we sacrifice the other things. Yeah, we want both. So it's the balance of style and substance. So if you feature someone, make sure that they are equally good looking and equally talented. That's what I mean by style and substance as well. Yeah. So don't just think about acting. Think about the person who will perform something to their talents. Yeah, they have to have real talents. Don't feature a singer to play soccer, and that singer doesn't know how to play soccer at all. Yeah, if you want to feature someone who play guitar, make sure that he or she can play guitar, not just beautiful faces faking guitar playing. Yeah, don't do that. Be authentic, be real. That's what I mean by style and substance.
All right. Another clarify request from Thảo My. In a challenge part, there is a statement that it's also a lot harder to build trust and affinity in the age of social media and peer-to-peer influence, where brands win by dialogue rather than monologue. I am still not clear with the challenge. Does ông Bầu prefer video include monologue to video include dialogue?
Right. So we are in the danger of misunderstanding each other. So what I meant by that statement is this. So think about you sitting in front of your computer watching YouTube or watching television. You don't want brand to tell you how good they are, right? You don't want them to talk to you. You want them to have a conversation with you. You want to be invited into the discussion, and by doing so, the brand should be able to communicate to you through social media. They allow you to interact with them. They allow you to express your opinion about them. So if they say they are good tasting, so they have to allow you to say, oh, I don't think you are good tasting, that good. But I think you're decent enough, right? So those kind of dialogue, those kind of two-way communication, rather than they bombarding you with advertising, and you also want to hear about a brand through your friends. Yeah, so the brand talks to you, and the brand also talks to your friends, and you guys, you and your friends share similar ideas or similar feelings about that brand. So that's why it's becoming so difficult for brands to build closeness or proximity to the target audience this day, because the age where the age of our parents, where they sat in front of TV and watch television, watch commercials, those days are long over. That's monologuing. So that's one-way communication. So going back to our topic, if you want to have a successful campaign, sort of you have to leave some open-ended question at the end, or you have to think about a mechanic where the communication will trigger further conversation. Yeah. We don't just stop by telling the audience that ông Bầu is great, ông Bầu is all about passion. Think about a way that they can expand further on the topic, or they go back and they have a question. We provoke a question in their mind, and they go to their friends and, hey, I just watched this interesting TVC from ông Bầu, and this is the thought that I have after I watched the film, and they keep on discussing, and they form an opinion about the brand. But at least they have to agree that the brand gives them a chance to talk back. So that's what I meant by peer-to-peer influence and then dialogue rather than monologue.
Right. Next question is also from Contents 500K. Can you share more about Ông Bau's unique selling points and things that make you proud of the brand?
So our coffee, it's sourced from Cada plantation. So it's a functional benefit, but it's quite unique in that way because it reinforces our message around authenticity. Second, football, soccer, is our biggest asset. So no other coffee brand has this kind of asset. So they have to spend money to build halo effect or to be associated with soccer. Think about, you can easily find those examples by simple Google search. But you will also realize that these guys are spending money to get attention through the biggest sport in Vietnam, which is soccer, which is football. For us, we don't have to do that because we already did that with blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. So the three founders of football, they spend millions and millions of USD and time and energy to build the generation of footballers that you see today. So starting with the first guy until the last guy, they are all on about leaving their passion and contributing into the football, into soccer for Vietnam. So that's the biggest asset and also the key differentiator of against the other brand. And target audience. So why other brands? So there are coffee chains who price themselves low as well, but they are targeting like mid managers, so professional. Us, we say out loud that we are serving students. Yeah, we're targeting very specifically students, and we do everything about students as well. So I think those are the three key unique selling points or key differentiators of Bumble against the competition.
That's really great. Next question is from Han Nguyen. What do you mean by extending business to beverage industry? Do you mean ready to drink coffee or just F&B on or off premise in?
I meant exactly what I wrote. So we are launching beverages products. So Ông Bau is a coffee chain, as you know it. If you search further, you will see that we are already having Ông Bau ready to drink coffee in PET bottle. And it's a good thing that it's moving fast and it's flying off the show, which is great. So it's already accepted by students. We will extend our portfolio further. So you think about the beverages that you see on the market, we will go there. Yeah, tea or matcha or any kind of tea. Yeah, even energy drink. So the sky is really the limit here. As long as the product we deem as relevant to our values and we deem relevant to our target audience, target consumers, we will do it with differentiation in terms of product formulation and also with communication. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question is from Anne. I believe that related to our submissions guideline. Can we do campaigns like creating a fake Facebook post with using Photoshop? Sorry, Anne, can you please clarify your questions as I and our team can't understand the question. So we will go back to your questions once you clarify it. And next questions from Đạt Trần Văn. Will you explain the brand taglines sống thật, sống trọn đam mê?
It's pretty straightforward, right? Sống thật, it's like being yourself. Yeah, live real, being yourself. Don't try to be someone else. So that's what it's all about. Passion, sống trọn đam mê, passions. So if you like to game, then game. but with the purpose, game with the purpose rather than game for the sake of gaming. Yeah, game with the purpose, game to understand the dynamics of gaming, game to understand how to make money out of it, game to find a way to improve other people's life. Yeah, game to educate. So that's the passion piece that I've been talking about. Yeah, and you can easily find so many examples nowadays, Vietnamese and other people around the world, that they follow the dreams. And I know this is kind of cliche, yeah, follow the dreams, but without that kind of determination, you just don't have the energy to go on the way. So nurture your passion, but add some purpose into it. Understand that, okay, this is what you like, but you're going to do it for what purpose? Yeah, if I recommend you reading this book, Start with Why, Simon Sinek. I'm a big fan of this guy. So start with why. So we understand that you like this thing, yeah, soccer or game, but why you do it? Yeah, add a sense of purpose into your passion and follow it. Yeah. So that's the meaning behind sống thật trong trọn đam mê.
And next one from Thu Nga. What can ông bầu offer to help the young pursue their passion? Sống thật, sống trọn đam mê. I mean, is there any special unique selling points about the brand?
Hey, thanks for giving me 15 seconds of advertising, right? So we are meeting with a series of universities. We're offering our startup programs. And we have a foundation called Quỹ Phát triển Tài năng Việt. So basically, think about scholarship, think about prizes for young talents to pursue their dream. So we are providing springboards for students or for young professionals to follow the dream or to start a business. So for university, we offer specifically a startup package with the on-board card for students who want to experiment how to make money, how to manage a real profit and loss. Yeah, how to manage a business. Yeah, they manage a business of 5,000 USD before they manage a business of 5 million USD. So those are the specific programs that we are offering at university right now to walk our talk.
Yeah, next question is from Win Wing, and this is for our submission skyline. Can we write less than 150 words for a short summary of the film contents, executed summary slides? So yes, you can. Any limitations that we set above is maximum. So with maximum of 150 words, you can't go any further. You can go under. So manage. All right, next questions also from Thảo My. How does the brand define the message in a meaningfully differentiated way?
I think I touched on this already during the my monologuing. So meaningful differentiation. Yeah. So just don't say that we taste better, we price cheaper, and our color it's more yellow than other brands. Yeah. Give it the meaning. Give it a meaning behind passion. Elaborate on passion. If we use empty words like pursue your dream, passion, it's not gonna cut it. Yeah. So pursue your passion for what, how, and what kind of passion that we can talk about, and we give that freedom back to the audience to express themselves. Yeah. So just to give you an example, in one of our earlier work, we feature passion in different categories. So from a chef to a rock star, from a teacher to a tattoo artist. So that's how we try to sort of randomize passion. So anyone from any path of life can make the turn and follow the dream and they can make a career out of it. Yeah. So that's how that's what we mean by meaningful differentiation.
All right, next questions. From Đại Vang Jung, from what I understand, we should create a campaign line, then include a brand tagline at the end of our film. Does this hold true?
Again, is that? Repeat the question, please.
From what I understand, we should create a campaign line, then include the brand tagline at the end of our film. Does that hold true?
No. I'm not asking you to create a campaign line. So just stick to sống thật trong trọn đam mê and create a story out of it. Yeah, not a new tagline, not a new slogan, not a new logo. Create a story out of it, and then make sure that the story is inspiring, is authentic. Yeah. Yeah.
So creating a storyline based on the taglines that you mentioned, and then
yeah.
Have the brand tagline at the end of the film. Or
yeah. Yeah.
All right, so next question is from whom? Do we need to show all the activities of sport, music, gaming, lifelong learning in the film and integrated plan, or we just pick among them?
This question is answered earlier. So no rule about it. Yeah. As long as you can package the content in the time frame, you're good to go. Make sure that you have enough time and space to create a punch for the message. Otherwise, it's going to be weak. Make sure that it's the punch is heavy enough to so it's stick and it lands. Yeah.
So next question: can we for our submissions guideline, can we use the watermark video stock from commercial stock photo size, shutter stock, and in our film, or just only watermark photos is allowed? Okay, so again, for film, it must be shot with original footage plus edit. So done everything by you and your teammates. Therefore, you can't use stock photos, you can't use stock footage at any of those sites, just the illustrations, just the photos that you included in the slides, not in the film. Next question is from Khoi Jung. Is it a must to film with Vietnamese settings, as some of the contestants may live abroad at the moment?
No, it's not a requirement.
That's the requirement?
No, it's not.
It's not a requirement.
Yeah, you can film anywhere you want. Yeah.
Cool. So next is from Anne. So live real, all passions is also a tagline, or we have to come up with a new tagline and slogans for our work?
Already answered. No. Next, please.
From Đức Trinh, how do you want differentiated from your competitors aside from pricing?
Well, you better answer that question yourself, because this is what we're looking for. Yeah. we do have a TVC. Yeah. But we're not totally happy with it. But it's not a reason for this competition. We are entering this prize because we love to interact with students and you guys, rather than looking for more contents. Yeah. So I give back the answer to you. Yeah. You better come up with the answer to how we differentiate ourselves. I give you the weapons, the ammo. Yeah. You kill the target.
Cool. And Questions from Pingat to our organizer. Can you explain more about integrated category? I mean, beside making a film, you also have another choice to do. Yes, you have other choice to do other than film. You can use outdoor, digital, PR, or etc. etc. And next questions is from Joyce Lee. How can we find the footage of Umbao football team or football players?
How we find what?
How do we find the footage of Umbao
Footage.
or football players?
I can send those to you, but I wouldn't recommend using them. Yeah, so if you really want those footages, I can send those to you. So the one that we already the ones that we can use, yeah, we can send that to you if you want, right?
All right.
So let us know if they want those. If the contestant wants those footages, I can send a link to you, right? Okay.
Next one's from Tui. The brand aims to target both male and females via communications, but the real brand experience in store is not really delivering the same way. So how can we build the connections between communications and real brand experience?
First, I have to admit that we haven't finished our task with renovating the stores and incorporating the brand soul into everything we do. Yeah, again, it's a 2 years old brand, and the 2020 and 2021 were disaster years. Yeah, so we haven't been able to get our hands on those topics yet. So in terms of atmosphere, in terms of setting, we haven't been able to communicate that we are a bilingual brand talking to both males and females. Getting back to the question how, yeah, I would give that question back to you. How? Yeah. So we already know what we have to do, and we are already doing it. And the session today, it's one of the ways for us to change our image. But in terms of further to answer your how, I give back the question to you. How? Help us, yeah, but make it fun.
All right. Next one's from Yun Hun. Hi Yung, what do you think about the difference of passions that Umbao wants to inspire the audience in compared to the passions of others' brand? Just want to know your thoughts for better creativity.
Right. Yeah, good question. It's getting back to meaningful differentiation. Yeah. So passion for the sake of passion is not something we want to talk about. So think about it. Getting back to the old example. So if you want to play a game, just because you want to play a game, yeah, no purpose, no thinking, no thought. It's just a force of habit. It's just a random thing you do, and you are addicted to gaming. So it's not the passion that we're talking about. The passion we're talking about is sort of an intentional passion. So passion with choice or passion with purpose. So you're passionate to do something because you know that you have a clear why into why you do it, right? So you want to play game because you want to be like Bill Gates, or you want to be like Jeff Bezos. I don't know, but you want to be a digital expert, yeah, or you want to create metaverse. You want to because you love to create a metaverse for the young people in Vietnam, yeah. So that's the sense of purpose that I'm talking about when we keep hammering passion for Umbao. So passion with purpose. So I guess that's a key differentiation of Umbao fashion versus other brands passion. Yeah, and that's why no matter where the passion is drawn from, so it could be from game, it could be from study, it could be from sport, it could be from anything, but as long as you know why you nurture or you pursue this passion, yeah, you have the purpose of why you are doing this, then we would love to feature that passion in Ombo communication. Yeah, but the blind passion, I like playing football, but I don't know why. Yeah, or my parents told me to play football so that I can hit the jackpot and then become rich. It's not a passion we're talking about. Do I make my right?
The next question is from Anne and asking towards us, the organizer, in case I have any further questions about the submission guidelines, I can call the hotline mentions in the brief, right? Like call them for checking my submissions. Yes, you can call us at the 3 provided hotline for clarifications of the submission guideline only. So not anything that related to the brief. Any questions that related to the brief will be asked now and you will answer it. Those 3 hotlines will only clarify your questions about the submission guidelines. Thank you. Next one's from Hai Do and Minh Vũ. Are there any Ombo locations in Hanoi?
Answer. We do have branches of Ombo in Hanoi, but they are franchise stores. So in case you want to use them, let us know, because we need to make some proper arrangement, because those stores don't belong to us entirely. It's owned by all our business partners, right? So if you want to use their space, I guess they're very happy for us to use, but we need to notify them.
All right, next one is pretty interesting from Vân Chi Nguyen. Who do you think is the biggest competitors of your brand?
So in terms of coffee chain, Gouda is one, but again, we don't have a clear direct competitor in terms of coffee chain, because Gouda, it's similar in terms of pricing, in terms of location, but they're targeting young professionals or mid managers. So if you notice that Gouda, it's surrounding office buildings. Yeah, so Gouda is close. Phúc Long is targeting young people as well and students, but they are upscale. So probably they are targeting a class A student. And we're targeting every student. And Phúc Long is more on the tea side. We are more on the coffee and on beverage side. So that's about it in terms of competition for coffee chain. For beverage, we have many. So Coke, Pepsi, Tân Hiệp Phát, and then so any. And even Yomos, probably Yomos is closest in terms of targeting an audience. So Yomos is targeting students and also encourage them to express their creativity. So it's quite close to where we are right now for Ombo, and where we want to be for Ombo as well. So Yomos is quite close in terms of approach, but they are all our competitors. Yeah, brands from Coke, Pepsi, and Tân Hiệp Phát. Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. And Minh Vũ. Moreover, aside from football, can we integrate any other sports into the ad?
Yes. The more diverse, the better.
The more, the better?
The more diverse.
The more diverse. Cool.
Yeah.
Next one's from username iPad. The main objective is relaunching the Ombo brand for 20 to 22 students. Brand campaign or raise awareness of following passions among young students as Ombo is sponsorship, social campaign.
What's the question?
Do you want me to repeat the question on you?
Please.
Yeah, from the username iPad, the main objective is relaunching the Ombo brand for 20 to 22 students, or raise awareness of following passions among young students as Ombo is sponsorship,
So they are on parts of one task. So because we are relaunching Ongbo, so we want all of this to be incorporated into our communication campaign, into our launch campaign. Yeah. So we want to have a new identity, and also everything we do is how we walk our talk. Yeah, evidence, examples, experimental platforms, so the consumer can understand what we are talking about. Yeah, does that answer your question? Yeah.
Next questions from Anne. This is clarifying the one that asking for a fact campaign. Once again, by meaning not using any sources local and international is you don't take the footage that were already published in the world, but making a fake campaign is okay. But again, not any image or video related to any football teams. Hope that will answer your questions. And next is from Tui, by saying students as our core targets and defining it as our key strategic differentiator. But any RTBs from the truth or spirit of our brand, from store experiences, products offering, especially is available to attract them to put our brand in the priorities.
Yeah, good question. So evidence of, I guess, reason to believe evidence. Yeah. So if you go to our store, you see a friendly approach looking at our price range. So it's very budget friendly. So second, as we're targeting students and young professionals, so we are using football, we are using soccer as the platform for us to explain our idea. It's the biggest sport and it's very easy to understand and everyone can relate to. So we use the most popular sport to tell our brand story. We don't talk about golf. We don't use Formula One. We don't use we don't use swimming. We don't use figure skating to talk about our story. We choose football to talk about our story. So that's another evidence that we are targeting young professionals and students. Product offering. If you at the moment we just launched coffee ready to drink in PET bottle. If you look at the product, so it's priced at 10,000 Vietnam dong. So that's the closest we try to price our product so it can reach as many consumers as possible. And we intentionally package our product in PET bottle, so it's low cost in terms of instead of cans. So in everything we do, we always think about how we can lower our price and how we can make our products easily accessible to our target audience, target consumers who is students. So those are pricing and product formulation and also football are the key reason to believe for our brand. In addition to that, you can look at the coffee plantation as well as the evidence of authenticity. So we brew our coffee from our own plantation beans. Yeah.
Yes. So times is nearly up, and we just about to close the questions Q&A sections in 5 minutes. So if Anju stay tuned and answer a few more questions, that will be great. And any questions that were answered above, we will not answer. We will not replay anymore. And the recording of this brief day will be on our Vietnam Young Lion group on Facebook. So make some efforts, go back there and listen. So next questions from Đức Trọng. I found that Ombo owned a fund to help young Vietnamese talents. Is it okay for us to mention it in our videos because I don't see you talk about it too much?
Yeah. So if you as an independent consumer talk about Ombo that way, then it's okay. Yeah, because we don't want to talk about us that way. We want to show that we are doing this. Yeah, but just to make sure that when you do it, make sure it's believable and fun enough and witty enough, rather than monologuing. Oh, we always want to help students. Yeah, we want to help students. We always want to have it. Yeah, make it fun, make it witty, or make it believable.
Yeah. And then the questions from Lukjin. Are you comfortable sharing Ombo budget range for one campaign?
Yes, I am, but I don't want to. You can look at the average spending of new brands in the market. So during a launch period, we are not a massive brand, yeah, but we do have ambition to be successful in this category, in this industry. So if you look at new brands, you can Google it, but the launch budgets, the total launch budget, not just communication, is around 10 to 15 million USD. Yeah. 5 to 15 million USD. It's quite a wide range because of the diversity of the brands in the industry. Yeah. So yeah, so I can give you that kind of sense of scale, but I think at this point, if we talk about specific number, it's going to be a waste of time. But it's also good for you to understand the scale and the ambition. But so and those ranges, those numbers should do the job.
All right. Next questions is for our submission guideline from Noptini. Do we need to articulate our key ideas or key message into Vietnamese? I'm not quite sure about your questions, but let's go back to the principle at the submission guideline. Everything of your work must be in English. And also from Ngọc Nguyễn, which language can we use in our film? Vietnamese or full in English, and if we need to do in English, how do we translate the slogan "Sống thật, sống trọn đam mê"? Once again, you can do your film in Vietnamese, but again, in our principle of the submission guideline, we have your subtitle must be in English. Why? Because it's just make it easier for our international tourists to understand you. You can't do fully Vietnamese because they won't understand, and if they won't understand, they won't give you any mark. Okay. And the slogan for Sống Trọn, Sống Thật Đam Mê is live real, all passions, already included in the brief. So read carefully. From Trần Hà, will this record be sent to us after this? It will be published on our Facebook page, Vietnam Young Lions Group. And questions for you and Yung from KISS. Is Ombo repositioning brand for students? Because as far as I know, formally, it means target customer is officer, coffee lover. For example, the store style doesn't target young people. And Ombo focus on FMCG or packaged fresh coffee.
Yeah, the question is like repeating what I've just said. Yeah, we are repositioning ourselves. Yeah, in the past, we didn't have a clear target audience. Yeah, we are extending our business into beverage. Yes. Right?
Yeah. So next question is also our final questions. But keep reminding us about the brand balance communications and do not make it extreme in any specific way. Can you give an example or interpret that more specific from Jung Le?
Yeah, I like this question because it helps add clarity into the brief and then make sure that we have the right outcome out of this discussion. So balance is important, right? So let me just give you an example of off balance communication. So you guys already have the impression that Ongbo is too masculine. Yeah, we don't talk about women enough. So if you again you feature soccer in a very masculine light, so on male players, male students going to soccer field, male student doing group work, that's gonna be extreme in terms of targeting male consumer. Yeah, because all of a sudden we alienate female consumers out of our target audience. Yeah, we want to incorporate. So that's why in our one of our earlier attempts, so when we feature different paths of life, we have female teacher, we have female chef, we have female rocker. Yeah, we deliberately had female talents in category where males traditionally dominate. Yeah, so soccer or rock. So keeping the balance, meaning that you don't just talk about one thing and you leave out other things. Yeah, if you talk about sport, make sure that don't give the wrong impression to the audience that Ongbo only cares about sport and about soccer. Don't do that, because we do care about creativity, we do care about music, we do care about arts, we do care about study, we do care about game, we care all of the things that students care. Yeah, so if all of a sudden we only feature about as a hardcore brand in soccer, where we always see males players on the field, that's going to be lopsided. Yeah, I hope that make myself very clear. So we care about all of the things that students care, and we care about males, we care about females. Yeah, as long as this is about passion, this is about meaningful passion, this is about understanding why you are doing something, and you have enough of strong will to go on the way for it. Yeah, that's what we are representing for.
Okay, thank you for clarifying all of these questions for our young contestant. We are now close the Q&A sections. And do you have any final words to our future young lions?
I want to say thank you for all of the energy and for all of the great questions. So these questions are an evidence of how you feel about the task, and you feel about our brand. So I am very happy to answer all of it, and I'm very happy to feel young again by talking to you guys.
Okay, so thank you very much for taking your time here, explaining and clarifying the brief, inspiring them to do your best. Thank you, our young contestants. I hope that you will do your best as your work, your submissions, submit early before the due date to make sure everything is perfect, okay? We're looking forward to see you at the grand finale, which is the most important days of this 2022 years Vietnam Young Lions. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anh
Thank
Dương.
you guys. Can't wait to see your work.
So do I. Bye.
All right, signing off now.
Yes.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the rest of your days, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, Anh Dương. Bye.
You guys too.